Dubrow. You are bringing it. Speaking of Denise, speaking of our friend Denise, we talked earlier how Aaron might drag Charlie Sheen and might drag Charlie Sheen and um, uh, Brandy Glanville, God, I'm losing my mind, into the divorce. Well, there's a rumor and there's nastiness that, he also might drag in like Denise and her father and all these people. But rumor is, this is just from a source that says, Denise is on the verge of losing it all. Denise's legal fees are ridiculous. Denise is not worth as much as people think. Now, I don't think Denise is worth that much, so that doesn't shock me. John Cryer got like $2,000 an episode, while Charlie Sheen got like, what was it, $1 million an episode or something for something ridiculous for Two and a Half Men. Plus, he's got Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez. I think Charlie Sheen is loaded, just for the record. I think Jerry Seinfeld is loaded. Jennifer Aniston, who gets $20 million a year for doing nothing because it's the Friends residuals. I mean, not nothing. She earned it at the time. They're loaded. Jennifer Lopez is loaded. I don't think Lisa Rinna is loaded. I don't think Denise Richards. Denise is a working actress. She's a working actress with three children and a lot of expenses. Now, I don't know how they're keeping that house over there, but Denise is not worth as much as people think. Well, I would agree with that statement. Fact is, she's burnt through a ton of money over the years, and even with all her fame, she's never been in that mega high pay bracket. I actually 100% agree with this. Um, Guys, you got to be on a sitcom. People from Modern Family, they did well. But anyway, I mean, but again, even, I don't know. This is a hard time, guys. If she and Aaron don't figure this out quickly, she could end up in the poorhouse because legal fees are absolutely bleeding her dry. So there's a real fear this divorce could drain all her savings. This is what this source says. So who knows if it's true, but I kind of believe this. She's so angry right now. Oh, I like Denise. I did actually see her last weekend, believe it or not. She didn't seem angry to me, but I certainly didn't mention the divorce. She's so angry. I got to post this picture. She's so angry right now. She won't listen to reason and just hire a mediator. Is Erin the source, guys? I don't know, but I do believe this. She says she doesn't care how much she has to spend. She's not just going to give into Erin's demands. Well, I mean, good for you. I agree with that. But Erin's got a very strong case for spousal support, so odds are she's going to have to pay him out in the end on top of all the legal fees. It's a nightmare. I actually believe this. I believe it's a shitload of money. And then you people want to know, you ropers want to know why I say don't get married. Just live with the person. And even then, after so many years, there could be legal exposure. Moving on to something else, RHOM, Ice Out. Do you guys see this? It happened a few weeks ago. I'm catching up. I love episodes like this. We just catch up on all the things that are outstanding. A few weeks ago, before this reunion that we're in, Marisol, our good friend Marisol, she has said that Adriana is a very miserable. She hates the job. She hates the job. Now, I don't know who would like the job, but Adriana, like Alexia, is not leaving anytime soon. But our good friend Marisol has said that Adriana is always miserable. And this isn't like a source; these were Marisol's exact words. That Adriana is always miserable. She hates doing the show. She says a million times when we're filming, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Well, I mean, that's a thing that you could totally see someone saying. I mean, because who really does want to be there? So she says, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. And finally, the cast is so fed up because she keeps saying she doesn't want to be there that, she's like the weak link. Like, it's an ensemble show. And so that's the great thing when you show up and you're not in the mood to do the job, or, you're having an off day or you're tired or whatever it is. The bottom line is that it seems like you guys are all fighting with each other, but let's be honest, it is a good thing when you show up and you're tired, you're hungover. I mean, I'm saying this, she didn't say this, and you like need a minute to yourself. You want a strong cast, right? The show, what is that? The sum of the whole is greater than its parts. You're only as great as the weakest link. So that she is the weakest link, that everybody shows up ready to do the job. And Adriana is just like, I'm miserable and I don't want to be here. And everyone's like, well, we're working our asses off, and you're like the dead weight. You're dropping the ball. And Marisol is saying, I've heard complaints from some of the girls. They're like, I don't want to film with her. She's always miserable. Like, she doesn't say anything. So she just sits there like a bump on a log, according to Marisol, and she doesn't want to be there and she doesn't want to film. And everyone feels like they're picking up the slack. And then she'll throw some bombs here and there, which, guys, we've seen her do these one-liners, which are great. And then, she gets picked up again. I assume she means like season to season. That's the sentiment with some. I don't talk to everybody. You know what I mean? So she's basically saying the cast doesn't want to film with Adriana and they're icing her out, and that she is going to be on the chopping block next season because nobody wants to work with her. She is my favorite. Let me just say that. I think she is hilarious. I think she is funny. I mean, girl, I hope I look like you at 60. She is looking hot. And Adriana actually clapped back to this icing out rumor, and she posted it on Instagram because that's what we do. She is out campaigning to bring people against me because she is jealous of my talents and intellect. She wants to dim my light so she can feel relevant. I love it, Adriana. And then Gertie, the Gerdster, our friend Gertie, she has weighed in. You know what's sad? After all these years on hiatus, you would think, which she's implying, I assume Marisol, maybe Adriana, but after all these years on hiatus, so it's certainly directed towards those two, or I mean, I would assume Marisol. After all these years on hiatus, you would think that some people would just be grateful to be back on screen, but instead, icing out people, or maybe she's referring to Adriana, icing out people, and she has said that, oh, I wasn't referring to anyone in particular, icing out people, or she's referring to Marisol, obviously, icing out people, not inviting people to filmed events, ignoring the basic rule of what's right and what is wrong. It's extremely sad and shameful. If we all played our given positions and stopped playing casting director, greater things could happen together. Alliances equals stagnancy equals no group growth. I agree with you, Gertie. I don't like when the cast plays casting director. I don't like when they decide to ice someone out. So, I mean, Marisol is putting this narrative out there, which this is a dangerous thing. It's the Monica Garcia thing is a different animal. I loved Monica, but it's different because it's basically like you kept this from production. Production didn't know you were reality Von Teese. How did they not discover this?